You too. It's good. You hear me? It's Joe. You dig? There's no fucking update. It's just another fucking video. Um, but the purpose of this video is to explain myself and to help everybody else who want to grow dreads. Uh, is to help them get a more understanding of my locks. You dig? Is to help have a better understanding at the end of this video. Hopefully, my goal is to help y'all have a better understanding of growing them and what it's really like having dreads and what it's really like. I'm sorry, locks, and what it's really like having them. What it's like going through that ugly stage. You hear me? Now when I start to talk about it, y'all probably ain't gonna know where the fuck I'm going with it, but it's all gonna make sense. You hear me? Like the previous video. I mean, I ain't no philosopher or nothing. You hear me? I'm just saying. Uh, it makes sense. So let me get to explaining. You want dreads, and you decide to grow them. But before you want them, you ask yourself if you really want them. You hear me? Because this is why you gotta ask yourself. Because this is how humans work. We want things, and we get satisfied with things we don't have. And we get dissatisfied with what we already got. And that's bad. And let me tell you why that's bad. Because you're going to end up wanting something that you don't really, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what's at the end of that tunnel. So, people, you got to do your research, people. You got to know, you got to have a reason. And when you have a reason, that's gonna motivate you to look more into it. And what I mean by that is, us as humans, we want things that we don't have. I know I just said that, but shut up. Let me explain. You might want a house on the lake, that dream convertible, that Camaro, that Challenger, that Benz, that BMW, that Audi, whatever the fuck you want. I don't know what you want, but you gonna want this and you want that. But you don't want that fucking work that it's gonna take to get there. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So when you want them dreads, you don't want to go through that ugly stage. You dig? Let me tell you something. It ain't no such thing as no ugly stage. You dig? So when you want this house or this convertible, you see that beautiful picture on the lake or on a beach and that good ass vacation that you dream of. You know what I'm saying? That's what you see, but you don't see that hard work. You don't see them sleepless nights. You know what I'm saying? You don't see all that. And that's the thing. You come to my city, you see a lot of motherfuckers with locks. And I ain't gonna stunt. I think it's cause we know that, you know what I'm saying? Or anybody with dread. We done been through some type of struggle. Cause it ain't easy going months and years with this on your head. It's a lot of patience. And it ain't a lot of patience, it's a mental thing, you hear me? But back to the cars and back to the house and back to all that. You dig? Look. So when you decide you want baby, when you decide you want locks, you better come with it on your mind. Like, you better have a reason or why you want them. You know what I'm saying? And for most of y'all who already have them and thinking about cutting them or need that motivation, the only reason you ain't motivated because you ain't in tune with why you doing it. You got to remind yourself of, why I'm doing this shit again. You know what I mean? You got to be like, you got to go find that. Some people go straight into growing them and they ain't even ask themselves a question of why they want them. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody say they want dreads, or when you say dreads, it's natural for somebody to just picture them long already when you just say the word. You know what I'm saying? When you just say dreads, you just picture them long, or you think of somebody long with long dreads. You probably think about more Lil Wayne or Wale or, damn, what's some females with dreads? Fuck, I know this is a shame. But look, And when you say that and you say you want them, not one, not probably do, but you don't think about that ugly stage or that baby stage or you going through that. You know what I mean? You don't think of that. You just think of the outcome, the good looks. You know what I'm saying? All this and all that. You dig? So it's like, here's why going through that beginner stage, that baby stage. This is why it's so important. It's called a baby stage for a reason. Cause now let's picture a baby, a regular old baby, a newborn. When it's a newborn, it's like a blank sheet of paper. You don't know nothing. But just think how fucking crazy a baby is. They fucking eat everything. They won't try it. They ain't scared to do nothing. They, you know what I'm saying? They just feel like the life is full of opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But as they grow into toddlers, your mom and your daddy say, no, this, don't try this, don't do that. No, and you limit your possibilities. You hear me? So it's like, but within them being limited, you learn and you grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with going through that stage. You hear me? That's the same thing. So go through that stage. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be hard. You just gotta have it in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So going through that stage is a beautiful stage. I'm telling you, because correct me if I'm wrong. People who already got them, people who already been 1 year or 2 years or 3, 4, 5, 6. People with them long hair. Ask them. You know what I'm saying? They learned how to get comfortable with themselves. That's why they could go 2, 3, 4, 5 months without a retwist. That's why I look like this, because I'm comfortable with myself now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I completely found myself. I'm saying you learn how to get in tune with just yourself to a point you feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You could I'll probably walk in the mall like this. I don't give a fuck. You hear me? I don't care. Like, that's just what it is. I don't mean to be rude or disrespectful. That's just the way it is, man. Like, you just get, you know what I'm saying? When you go through that stage, you kind of find yourself. You kind of get comfortable with yourself. You begin to love yourself in a way that you never thought you might see yourself loving. Like, it's just hard to explain. But as you go through it, you gonna see what I'm talking about. You hear me? You gonna see. So it's like, you gotta have a reason of why you going it. If you don't have a reason, you ain't gonna last long in the game. I guarantee that. You ain't gonna last long. So it's like, have it on your mind. You know what I mean? Just have it on your mind. You dig? And that's another thing. Let me tell y'all something. Stop wanting shit just because you see it. Because everything what it seems. You know what I mean? Stop. And another thing, I don't mean to piss on your Cheerios. You know what I mean? It's good to think good all the time. But another reason people don't go through the ugly stage is because they feel like they suffering in the current way. It's alright to suffer. It's alright to struggle. Go through that. Because you're going to come out that tunnel a whole different person. You're going to come stronger even if you went 2, 3 years and then you cut it. You ain't what you was before. You hear me? Like, you feel what I'm saying? You ain't the same person. Like, it's like you chasing this image, or are you trying to protect that image? And you so in tune with that image, that might be the wrong image you protecting. Like, it might be something else you won't fucking do, and you scared to do it because it might fuck up that image that you have. But that thing that you won't do might turn out to be the best thing that could ever happen to you. That's why you can't be scared of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. It ain't got nothing to do with drugs. I'm just throwing that out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to hide. Don't try to, when you have a problem, go through that problem. When you suffer, go through that. That's just something I learned throughout my journey. You hear me? Don't be too positive. Like, sometimes you gotta be real. Now, when I say don't be too positive, don't take it in a bad way. What I'm saying is, too much positivity is a form of avoidance. You know what I'm saying? When you try to be positive, what you really doing is avoiding a real problems that you really got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look at it on a whole different level. You know what I mean? You just have to. You gotta look at it on a whole different level. Like, you look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I'm beautiful. I got this. I'm gonna be rich one day. Um, I'm gonna have this. Get rid of this stomach. Uh, Saying all these things, all you doing is reminding yourself of what you lack of. You know what I'm saying? You don't. A motherfucker that's happy, do not look in the mirror and say they're happy. They just fucking happy. You dig? They just happy. That's just what it is. Just be. Don't even try too hard. Just be yourself and be happy with that. Once you accept that shit, you good. You could go on about your life. There's too many fucks to give. So give your fucks to something that's worth giving your fucks to. You hear me? Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Kid crying at church and you trying to pray. I ain't even. You know what? I ain't even gonna. I ain't even gonna say what I'm gonna say. That was a badass example. What I look, this video getting long. I'm gonna end it like that. You hear me? That's what it is. It is what it is. Y'all peace out. Love y'all.